Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here. My name is Andrew, coming to you from the beautiful Carolinas. Today's topic is going to be, it all starts with one person. Think about that for a minute. Everyone, if you like the content, please like, subscribe, and share. So when you were in the relationship with that toxic person, that's all it took was one person to hoodwink you, to trick you and trap you, and to plan your destruction, to take anything they possibly could from you. Your money, your time, your aspirations, your hopes, your hobbies, your place of work, your 401k, your health, and so much more. This person did it methodically. They did it insidiously, and they knew what they were doing. They're doing it right now if they're still on the planet gallivanting the globe. All they do is fine-tune their skill set. They take what they can from one person. They figure out what works and what doesn't, and then they go to the next person and try to press the buttons of abuse on that person. It is not one size fits all. This is why these toxic people are shapeshifters. It's why they change their appearance. It's why they change the way they talk. It's why they change their hobbies. It's why they change where they live. It's why they change their appearance and their clothes and the car and everything, because they will blend into society however they want to. But that's all it took. It only took one person to enter your life and to take you super high and drop you super low. You see, you were on a roller coaster of emotions without a safety belt on you. You're going up and down and all around and backwards and sideways and frontways and forwards, every way possible. But what you didn't know is that that ride you would never get off of until that relationship ended. And for you, most likely it ended via discard. Now, you may have been the person who ended it yourself. Anyway you cut it, that relationship has an expiration date, or it had one. You're learning that, or you're realizing it now. And you could be the third person, which is the person who's understanding what narcissism is, but you're still in the relationship. In this case, this video is definitely for you. You need to understand that in time, you'll have to create, develop, and get ready to execute your exit plan. I've been creating exit plans for almost 5 full years and helping people break the ties. The emotional tie, the financial tie, the physical tie, and the spiritual tie from these nasty creatures. This is what you must do if you weren't discarded, or if you haven't already removed yourself from the person. But again, when you were in that relationship, all it took was one person to sell you a bill of goods, to tell you what would happen in the future, although it never came to fruition, i.e. future faking, to tell you that you didn't know what you were talking about, i.e. gaslighting, to tell you that they didn't remember what you said, changing or moving the goalposts, or gaslighting, whatever you want to call it, to test you to your core when you were picking them up from work, or when you were grabbing dinner, or when you were on an airplane, or when you were in a restaurant, by triangulating you with the wait staff, or with complete strangers, or with people on dating apps on one of their 3 smartphones. You see, this person, the toxic person, they were testing you the whole time you were in that relationship. Now, you didn't realize that you were being tested, because to you a test was passing high school and maybe graduating university and taking an aptitude test to get whatever job you have. Well, these narcissistic creatures, they're testing everybody all the time, 24/7. And they have multiple people on the hook at any one time. You thought it was just you who was in that relationship. Well, for you, it was just you. But for the narcissist, they had multiple people on the hook at any one time. And it didn't matter if you married them. It didn't matter if you had kids with them. It didn't matter if you went into business with them. They were always looking to get the best of you and to leave you with absolutely nothing in return, except for punishment for being you. And that's all it took, was one person. You see, that person was a master manipulator, and they knew exactly how to infiltrate your life. They knew what to say to you. They knew when to pull back. They knew when to read your text message and not respond. They knew when to read your text and leave you wondering where they are. They knew when to not read your text. They knew when to be available or on time, when you were going to get a pay raise or a promotion, or you wanted to go to a fancy dinner. They knew when to be around when certain people were in the area. I'll give you a prime example of this. Holiday season, we're here. And by the way, the holiday Hoover season is officially here. Do not, and I mean do not ever accept a Hoover. Close all the doors of communication with the toxic creature, if not now, when. A Hoover will never benefit you, ever in 1,000 years, but that's when these people usually rear their ugly heads in October, November, December, and January, and sometimes February. Doesn't mean they don't pop up throughout the other months, but the holiday Hoover is a holiday Hoover for a reason. But having said this, let's say it's the holidays, or it was the holidays, and you had in-laws coming in from out of town, or you had friends that you hadn't seen in a while. Well, now the narcissist, they would be putting on their game face, trying to win these people over, fake laughing with them, fake caring, fake showing how close they were, or whatever they were doing. They were putting on a show because they now had a new audience that they were trying to win over. Now, you didn't know this back then, but that's all it took, was that one person to win over your immediate family members during, let's say, a holiday weekend years ago. And then all of your family members thought, wow, that person's amazing. You're so lucky. You're so fortunate. They really do love you. And you guys look so great together. Oh my gosh, I can't believe that you finally found your soulmate, the love of your life. And I'm so happy for you. Well, that was all an illusion. That's what the narcissist wanted your in-laws or your family to see. Then once that weekend or the week was gone and the vacation was over and the holidays were all putting boxes back up in the attic, all the decorations and everything, well, the narcissist went back to doing what they would do, which was what? Abusing you and blaming you and saying that your own family members were keeping secrets from you, or they didn't like the way you were talking, or they told you something about you that they will never tell anybody else. The narcissist plants seeds of doubt. They plant seeds of wondering. They plant seeds of confusion, chaos, manipulation, and misdirection. And what the narcissist does is they want to keep people off balance. As many people as they can keep off balance, they can keep juggling all those lives and or bowling pins or bowling balls at any one time, because that's what the narcissist is. They're a ringleader / clown in a circus of abuse. And for this example, picture a clown in a circus. They are juggling multiple bowling pins. Maybe they start off with 2 and then 3 and then 15. And you're like, how can you do that? Well, there's your narcissist right there. No disrespect to clowns in the circus, because they're probably incredible people. Who knows? Point being is the narcissist juggles people and relationships the way a clown in a circus juggles people's lives. You are just one cog. You are just one bowling pin, and you didn't know it. But now you realize that the narcissist was always wearing a mask. They were always trying to take whatever they could from you and punish you for being you. It would never be enough back then. It won't be enough now, and it will never be enough in the future for the new supply or whoever this person or these people are abusing. This is why all it takes is one person to enter your life and to take anything they wanted to under the guise or the disguise or the cover of them actually loving you or being in love with you or being committed in a business or in a relationship or whatever it was. And once they knew they had their dirty fangs sunken into you and the love bomb / euphoric stage was over, then they began to pull back. It's too late at that point. You're already invested, and this is what the narcissist knew. Again, this is when they would take the mask off more and more and more. And this is when they would begin to show you who they really are or were, even though you weren't educated on this because you weren't taught it formally or in school. And then as you were trying to fix the relationship that was unfixable, and you were trying to do the best you could with all the cuts that the narcissist was slicing into you and into that relationship, because this relationship was akin to death by 1,000 paper cuts. As they were doing that, you were getting more and more lower on supply, or lower on energy, or lower on your belief in yourself, or lower on clarity or money or health or anything, because your resources were becoming defunct and they were going into a bottomless pit, which was the narcissist. As it was leaving you, all the energy and the resources, as they were leaving you, they were going into this person, and this person gained more and more control over you and anything that mattered to you. And once that person thought that they had taken everything from you they possibly could, that's usually when they discard the person or keep them strung along longer and longer, so that person, which was you perhaps, and it was me for a little period of time, is flailing, and you don't know what happened because you weren't taught this in school. Now, I'm going to fast forward to the post-relationship, to the ending. Or maybe you're one of those people, as I shared with you earlier, you weren't discarded, you didn't end it, but you're getting ready to create, develop, and execute the exit plan because you figured out what narcissism is. Now, when you figure out what it is, whether you are in the trauma bond or not, although if you're in it, it's going to be very challenging, but you will do it because I broke the trauma bond. If I did it, you can do it. But the point being is you're going to have to learn the definitions in the glossary on the narcissistic abusive cycle. You're going to have to learn what stonewalling is, what a rage fit is, what verbal abuse is, financial abuse, what a flying monkey is, what gaslighting is, projection, mirroring, object constancy, triangulation, and so many more things you'll have to learn. But as you learn those, then you will realize that, wait a minute, this person, A, never loved me, B, never cared about me, C, looked at me as an opportunity, D, literally took whatever they could from me, E, played on my empathy and my love and my commitment and my compassion and my fulfillment of creating better relationships and solid relationships. They took anything they possibly could. And then when they did that, A, again, different subset of letters here, they knew what they were doing. B, they're not going to change. C, they don't care about anybody but themselves. And D, they're getting worse over time. When you wrap your head around those things, and I know I unpacked a lot for you, but when you do that, then you realize, and this is very important to play this part of the video and play it a few times, that all it takes is one person, and that person is you. You see, you are going to have to change. You are going to have to heal. You are going to have to block the narcissist. You are going to have to identify the flying monkeys. You are going to have to rebuild. You are going to have the sleepless nights. You are going to have to journal. You are going to have to meditate. You are going to have to see a therapist who knows what they're talking about. You are going to have to heal childhood wounds and so many more things. Now, what I just unpacked there in the last 33 seconds approximately, it may seem overwhelming that there's a lot. Well, truth be told, there is a lot, and it is overwhelming. But don't take it all in at once. Just slow down and understand that if where you are right now in life is not where you want to be, then there is work to be done. If right now is where you want to be, and it is not in the relationship with the narcissist, by the way, then that's a good thing. If you identify that somebody you're considering, probably the person right now you're thinking about as I'm creating this video, is the narcissist, you need to get away from them as far as you can, as fast as you can. These people only deteriorate. They will take you down with them. They will take anything they possibly can from you and blame you for giving it to them or allowing them to take it or being so kind or empathetic or having emotions. And then what will they do? They will drift off onto a new source of supply or go back to a recycled source of supply, and they will leave you flailing in the wind. Now, again, this is what these people do. It's what they've been doing long before we figured it out, and it's what they'll be doing long after we're gone, unless narcissism gets eradicated from the planet. And I'm not talking about the people specifically, I'm talking about the behavior, the missing chip that these people have in their lack of mentality, lack of adulthood. But having said all these things, all it takes is one person. Now that person is you. This is why you made it this far in the video. This is why you're getting your cup full. This is why you're learning the definitions. This is why you're slowing your life down. You probably are staying in that cocoon of boundaries. Now, what is the cocoon of boundaries, you may ask? That is a term I coined 3.5 years ago. And what it means is you're in a place that you necessarily don't want to be in, but you need to be because you're healing. You're watching videos, you're journaling, you're meditating, you're processing things. And you don't want to go out. You don't want to be going to parties. You don't want to be going to barbecues. You don't want to be going to holidays, etc., because you're changing, you're evolving, you're growing. Now, the cocoon of boundaries, when you're in that spot, you won't stay there forever. You will stay in that cocoon of boundaries as long as necessary until you are ready to exit the cocoon of boundaries. But nobody can tell you when you will exit it. You will exit it when you know you want to exit it. That's for a whole different video. Now, having said these things, all it takes is one person. When you get your first light bulb moment, when it switches in your brain and you realize everything I told you in this video and all the almost 5,000 videos I've created have been accurate, meaning the narcissist doesn't love anybody. They don't care about anybody. They look at people as pawns, as puppets, as indentured servants, as people trapped in the zombie-like, trance-like state, which is the narcissistic fog, and they want access to those people to do things for them. All of these people, no matter who you're considering to be the toxic person, they're all the same. All of these people, meaning the narcissist, the toxic people, they all use the same playbook. And they all want as many people as they can get on the hook doing things for them. Now, you are a self-sufficient, empathetic, kind, loving, stable, healthy person. You don't need people doing things for you. What you need is calmness, abundance. You need direction. You need purpose. You need serenity and peace. Those are all the things that the narcissist cannot have. The narcissist wanted to take your identity from you, to steal your identity, to have you become a shell of yourself and an extension of them, so you would be that unpaid helper. You would be the walking apology, and you would be doing whatever they wanted you to do whenever they wanted you to do it. And if you didn't do it, you'd be punished. If you did do it, you'd be given another long, endless to-do list for tomorrow. This is why these people know what they're doing. They use people. They abuse them. They manipulate them. And then they act like they are the victim, that you are the person that's has mental problems, that you're the person that's not stable, that you're the person that never did anything. Well, the truth of the matter is it's the narcissist. And now we know it. I've known it for years. But I didn't know it until I did. And when I finally figured it out, as this thumbnail mentions, that all it takes is one person. That one person was me. I hope you enjoy the bells. That one person was me to pick up the camera March 31st, 2021, 5 months and 2 days after the discard, and say, I get it, I understand it, I know this inside and out, and I'm still in it, but I'm gonna fight tooth and nail not only to get out of it, but to pay it forward. And that's exactly what I've done. And if you ever watched the early videos from that day, it's called Glad You Made It, March 31st, 2021. It was a Thursday night at about 10 o'clock. I picked up the camera and created it in the house where I was abused and manipulated and taken advantage of, but I did it against all odds. And here I am almost 5 years later, paying it forward out in the beautiful Carolina outdoors, listening to the bells ring and experiencing Mother Nature and being abundant and being full of life and paying it forward to you. But all it takes is one person. And for me, that one person was me, to understand, to identify, to practice radical acceptance, and to swallow the big pill, which was truth. The truth is, the narcissist, no matter how they look, no matter what they said, no matter what they told you, it's all smoke and mirrors. It's nothing but a dark energy source trying to consume your energy, your aura, your soul, your mindset, your purpose, and you. You didn't know this back then. Now you're understanding it. That's why you need to get away from these people. Go no contact, block them, delete them, remove them and all flying monkeys and people associated with them. If not now, when? If you can't do it right now, I understand. Get off the radar of them. Use gray rock, which means become dull and boring, and don't share information or overshare information, and begin to rebuild behind the scenes. The rest are for one-on-one sessions. I'm not sharing any more in videos about how to do the next parts. But what I will share with you is this before I get ready to close the video. All it takes is one person. All it took was one person, i.e. the narcissist, to change the trajectory of your life forever. Now flip it. Once you get the wisdom, or you understand what narcissism is, and you've identified that that person is toxic, maybe even a narcissist, who knows? All it takes is one person. That person's you. You need to cut the ties. You need to cut the cables. You need to stop giving them access to you. You need to go no contact. You need to begin to have a small footprint, to not overshare information. You need to get off the radar of this person or these people, and you need to understand that you are stronger than you know, and that you are the priority. You come first, second, and third, and there is no longer room in your life now or in the future for toxicity, no matter what that person told you. The narcissist will come at you every different angle possible. They'll play the victim card, they'll play the woe is me card, they'll come at you from an angle of superiority, they'll act like they're the cerebral narcissist, that they're so intelligent, they'll be the communal narcissist, that they're holier than thou, they'll be the single mom with 2 kids whose husband is dead, and they'll claim that person was the abuser. They will do whatever they can do to get people into that web of manipulation. And once that person is in it, and that was me for a period of time, you don't know what's going on because you weren't taught this in school, so you're flailing, you're being absorbed, you're being consumed. Every single day is nothing but walking on eggshells, being punished for being yourself, being triangulated, being taken advantage of, being not respected, being left on the hook, waiting, wondering, watching, hoping, praying, thinking things will change. They never do. They only go downhill from the minute you put the wedding ring on that person's finger, or you had kids, or you relocated, or you went into business, or you told them you loved them, or you put their name on the lease, or you bought them a car. Whatever you did, it only goes downhill until when? Until it doesn't. And when it doesn't, that's when you realize all it takes is one person. And that person is you. Make the change. Make the positive change today. If not now, when? What are you waiting for? Cut ties with this person. They don't and won't change. They will come at you however they want to play on your heartstrings, to play on your empathy, and to have you believing that they are hurting, they are changing. But you did tell me this, that you never break your promises, and I know that. This is all garbage that needs to be thrown out the window when you're dealing with a toxic person, because they have the advantage from the minute you met them until when? That's right, until the minute you take action and don't consume the toxicity or the rhetoric any longer. And that's why all it takes is one person, and that person is you. So everyone, that's the video. I hope you liked it. I loved doing it from the beautiful Carolinas. This is Andrew. Namaste. Have a great afternoon, evening, or morning, no matter where you are on the planet. You are not alone. I love you all. God bless you, and I'll talk to you tomorrow understand a few things. This is a motivational, educational, inspirational video for you to let you know that a real human being, me, I went through the cycle. I came out, and it wasn't fun to be in it. It wasn't fun to heal, but I did it against all odds, against a very challenging period of time, but I did it. And guess what? I'm here, and I'm paying it forward. My hope is you're either out or you're about to get out, and you too will get your cup full, and you will understand that you are amazing, you're loved, you're resilient, you're cherished, you're honored, and you are a unique person. You need to get to where I am. And you heard that beautiful hawk. Again, there you go, you can't make it up. Which is at the mountaintop, the pinnacle of indifference. That's called rarefied air. And that's where I am standing there waiting for you, as is that beautiful hawk and so many other people and creatures from Mother Nature. We are waiting for you. But all it takes is one person, which is you, to flip the script, get off the radar of these people, and stop allowing them access to you and begin to heal. Do it today. If not now, when? And hopefully that hawk will make one more appearance. I love you all. God bless you. And I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye. Bye, everybody. And thank you, Hawk. Bye.